Okay, so this is the Mazda RX-8 level 1, and this is a quick shift tune, a QS you can say. Now the difficulty in these tunes is not only do you have to launch it just right in first gear to get the best launch, but you have to instead of the traditional second gear shift, you have to shift in third. Now these are the these are the shift points is what I did to reach the 361, which is only 2 thousandths shy of the world record. As you can see, it shows I launched at about 8,000 and my shifts were about 8,900. So that's pretty accurate to what I showed from the needle when I launched. But well, actually, when on the needle I launched, from what my eyes look like, it looks like about 8,100. But this says I launched at about 79, well 8,000, which is pretty close, only off by like 100 RPM. So instead of the traditional second gear launch, on this car and on all quick shift tunes, you're gonna launch on the third gear. So you have to hit it just right at about 8,100 RPM is the launch, and this is for the Android version. Launch at 8,100 RPM. Immediately when it hits 9,000, shift it into second, and then again when it hits 9,000, shift it to third and hit NOS at the same time. You're gonna want to shift to third and hit NOS at the same time. So that's the difference between a quick shift tune and a regular tune where you NOS on the second gear. And don't confuse this with a second gear tune, because we are launching at a specific RPM. So that's how you do it for the Android. Now I'm going to show you for the iPhone guys how you do it for the iOS version. Okay, so for the iOS version, on this iPad, on this device, most of the time when I was launching, I was landing at 8,200 instead of 8,100. So what I needed to do to get wheel spin was to raise my first gear just by a little bit. I raised it by 0.01, which is 1/100th of a second. So that's what I moved it up to, and that was able to give me wheel spin at 8,200. So that's what I did for the iPhone version. So anyways, also when you notice the red started coming on at roughly about, I would say 91, almost 9,200 in some gears. So if you guys have both devices, you'll notice that the tune is slightly off from the iPhone over the Android. It depends on your device and what your needle shows, and for this iPad it was a little bit different, so that's why I changed the tune. But I only changed the launch, and basically the shifts, you shift just a little tad later on the iPad. But there you go guys, there's the tune for both the Android and the Apple version, the iOS version. They were able to hit 12.361 just with the right shifting. As again, I'm going to tell you again, on the Android you launch at about 8,100. On the iPad I launched it at about 8,200. If for some reason, let's say if you guys were launching and your needle always seems to land at 8,000 or 7,900 or even a little bit higher, just move your first gear up or down just a little bit. Just try to move it at about 0.0, let me see, 100 would be too high. Let's do by 5 thousandths of a second, so that would be 0.005. So just move it by about that, 0.005 up or down, depending on if your needle lands higher or lower. And that's going to give you guys the best launch. And then from there, just follow instructions, shift to second and then shift to third and NOS at the same time, and the rest is pretty easy. So if you like this tune for the Mazda RX-8, you can get it from the Google Play or the Apple App Store. The link will be in the video descriptions. Just expand that and you can see the link for both of them. Or you can just search the Google Play or Android App Store for Drag Racing Pro tunes. Thanks for watching.